Enlist individuals at your level and above, all giving to each other and all receiving together.
Welcome to Founders Forum. My name is Executive Trustee David Renty. How many times must we be reminded? Do you remember the first time you caught on to the real concept of CMI? There was excitement. We dreamed. We wanted to go out and tell everybody. Then we ran into obstacles. People like your family members who did not understand what real money is began to discourage you. Did they and others really discourage you? Or had we not followed the working formula of CMI? This program is truly for members only. Those of you who are frustrated because your syndications are progressing slowly, and for CMI veterans who needed something refreshing to continue encouraging others. Let's get into today's program with the CMI founder and executive trustee, Mr. James E. Aldrich Jr., on the topic, How to Succeed in CMI.
Okay, J-O-B, just over broke. I bet you we got quite a few of you on that one. Or maybe somebody out there couldn't actually relate to that. I seriously doubt that to be the case. So, if a job is not the way, what is? To this point, I want you to realize that CMI is not the only way, but it is a way. With that said, let's look at what it would truly take to succeed in CMI, and it's based around two concepts that I'm going to share with you. And one is only talk to and enlist individuals at your level and above, and the second is be a giver, not a taker. And as you know, in some of the earlier audio tapes, we talked about the power of giving. Most of you will first come into CMI and make a easy task very difficult. How do you eat an elephant? Because see, some people look at CMI in a first view as something huge and a huge task to take on. And when we look at this concept of how do you eat an elephant, how do you manage to get something that huge down? Answer: one bite at a time. And that's how you need to approach CMI if you think that this is going to be a huge task. In our efforts to help you look at the simplicity of what we actually do and what you are embarking on and got involved in, we can give you just a basic rule of thumb to follow. Now, these first two concepts may sound a little too simple for you, just as what I'm about to share with you may sound very simple to you. But just as effective as one bite at a time is, so will be the very simple instructions that I'm going to share with you at this time. Now, we have many examples all across the country of how this simple concept has proven true and proven itself out. Those of you that have followed this concept, have given in and followed this concept, have found this to be true, that your success started coming to you very simply and very easily. As a new member, what I'm trying to do is to attempt to save you time and money. And for the existing members, this is to remind you in the workshop as we shared this with you. If you found yourself, considered yourself struggling, listen to what I'm about to share with you and see if this hasn't become true for you also. Now, as a new member, if you go with the flow from the beginning and first and foremost follow this rule of thumb, you're going to find that this will be very simple tasks. You'll have a ton of fun, and it's going to be the most rewarding business that you have been involved in up to this point. So let's look at the first concept. Talk to, share this information, and enlist individuals only at your level and above. Now, I'm not talking about money or position or status. That doesn't have anything to do with it. What we're looking at is at your level and above on a mental basis. Individuals like yourself, self-motivated, self-starters, looking to get ahead, understand just basic financial concepts, not afraid of the word WORK. That's at your level and above. A person just like you. Same type of values, moral values, work ethics. First thing a person actually looks at many times when they come into CMI is all the good that this company can do for individuals, which is fantastic. They're looking at the nature of wanting to go out and save the world. Now let me share this with you right off the bat. The world doesn't want to be saved. When you look at enlisting people that are at least not where you are and above mentally and in the state that I described to you here just a little bit ago, you're looking at actually going beneath yourself. And you're going to have to drag those people along. You have to poke and prod them to get them to do anything. You also are going to have to deal with the skepticism of that individual saying, why would a person like you want to help me? Now, after going through this type of frustration, and some of you may have experienced already, trust in the fact that you have just discovered that those individuals are not at your level or above. One of the hardest things we have to do, and what presents us with 90% of our work, is changing a way a person thinks. Now, once we're able to do that, the difficult work is out of the way. If you spend 90% of your time trying to change a way a person thinks, what type of effective use of your time is that? Now, if you're dealing with a person that is at your level and above, there's no need to have to spend that 90% of the time trying to change that person's way of thinking. They are already of like mind. So they're going to think as you think, feel as you feel, want to move as you move. At your level and above, you share this information with them, they're going to do exactly what you did. Now, if they do exactly what you did, how much work is it truly left for you to do? You will enjoy your work with CMI. Income, success, it will come very easily. It will grow very quickly. You'll have no need to spend that 90% effort that it takes to change a person's mindset, or to motivate that person, or to get that person to understand just the basic concept of why they need to save a little money each month. Enlisting individuals at your level and above, you will find that they will literally run off and leave you, and you have to catch up with them. I've had people come to me and say, James, I just knew for sure that this person was going to take this information and run with it, and I cannot even get them to sit still long enough to look at the TASA brochure. You are going to find out about the real person, who your friends really are, what they are really about. It will completely stun you and amaze you to find out that they are not who you really think they are or who they have projected themselves to be. You'll find out that they talk the talk, but definitely do not and cannot walk the walk. This will be frustrating for you in the beginning to realize that someone that you actually looked up to, your peers, and you've had countless conversations about wanting to be successful and about wanting to do something about your situation, and only if you had an opportunity. And then when that opportunity is placed in front of them, they are paying as much attention as a rock in the middle of the desert with no one talking to it. Realize this: that person is not at your level or above. That person is quite well beneath you. Even though this is going to be sad for you and frustrating for you, you have to realize that they are not at a position to relate to this information, because apparently there's something a little different that has happened with your life as opposed to theirs. Even though you've been living a similar lifestyles, similar job, similar family, there is that one significant event that happened in your life that has yet to happen in their life for you to see and understand that there has to be another way, and then pursue that. Then I ask individuals, how do you think you could tell whether a person is at your level and above? And I get all kind of elaborate and extensive answers. And it boils down to the true answer is very simple. How can you tell if a person is at your level and above? Simply this: the ones that do are, and the ones that don't are not. Did you get that? The ones that see CMI and spring forth and take off with it are definitely where you are. They have experienced the things that you've experienced. They've gone through things that you've gone through. They are ready for a change. They are ready for something different that has the potential to move them forward. The ones that don't, and you have to browbeat them or drag them along or convince them, they are not at your level or above. It is not their time. Now, don't be upset with this person because their priorities are different or their goals are different or etc. It's not their time. Now, I'm going to tell you, it's nothing you can do to talk that person into coming into CMI if it's not their time. On the flip side of the coin, it's nothing that you can do or say to keep a person out of CMI if it is their time. So when it comes to your realization of, well, that person, I really thought, James, that they were ready to go, don't feel bad about their not. Just realize that they are not at your level and above. And of course, as you hear Executive Trustee Raymond Renfro say at many sessions, and those of you that come to our workshops, he has a one-word solution. It's called next. Now, last, let me take you back to the tapes on charitable giving. And those particular tapes that has to do with charitable giving and charity, the one prevailing concept is, in CMI, the successful individuals are givers, not takers. CMI is about giving. It's about what you can do for others. It's about what you can resolve for someone else. In that effort of problem solving and solutions, you will then realize your goals. Your goal is to give as much as possible to your team. When you enlist someone, your major focus goes toward the question of sitting down with them and saying, what can I do for you? What is it you need? Where is it you want to go? How soon do you want to be there? All of these are questions of giving. In resolving and answering those questions, you will see your success and your prosperity spring from that. If within your mind you are thinking about how can I get this person to purchase the largest purchase order possible, you are doomed to failure immediately right off the bat. You are doomed to failure. But if you are focused on what will be the best TASA plan for that person's tax position, for their retirement plan, for their college fund, you will find prosperity unlimited in CMI. Your team, it is your efforts to educate and train your team in how to be givers and how to process any particular family in a manner that that family has no concept in their mind with you other than they are always there when I need them to be. They always seem to have the solutions to the problems that we're dealing with. Now, as you teach your team, as you train your team to become givers, you're looking at actually multiplying and magnifying the success of your syndication. Just imagine the possibilities of a full syndication of givers. If you really think about it, there is nothing for us to take from people in CMI. If you really stop and evaluate CMI, we have nothing to actually take from a person when they come into CMI. We only have things to give to individuals, to do for individuals, to provide for families. How many of you ever really noticed that? How unique of a company is that? It's only about what we can do for others, not what others can do for us. Actually, from this giving concept, money, income, wealth, success, self-satisfaction, these are only byproducts of the concept of giving. CMI is a tangible example of that. Look at what was provided for you when you came into CMI. What did CMI take from your family when you came into CMI? Not a single thing. What did CMI give to your family when you came into CMI? It gave to you the opportunity to open your world to a different economic reality, to where you were in control. And finally, the ability to move your family in the manner that you so chose to. Now listen very closely. If everyone is giving to everyone, this means everyone is receiving. You know, you should actually rewind that part, play that over again. Well, no, that's all right. I'm going to repeat that. If everyone is giving to everyone, this means everyone is receiving. You know what? Is that incredible, or is that me? Oh, I see David sitting over there. Well, why don't you just shout out from over there? Where could a concept like that possibly come from? I know you know the answer to that. Where would that come from?
That sounds like charitable giving to me.
Mm-hmm. And what book could that have come out of? Just shout it out for us.
That would come out of the Bible for us.
There we go. It's it's better to give than receive. Is that in that Bible somewhere, David?
That's in that Bible. It's also in other books of other faiths also.
That's correct. Actually, you better stop us before we start having church up in here. Um, okay. I think you all have the point. Got the message from that. But in reality, how incredible of a success formula is this? Enlist individuals at your level and above, all giving to each other and all receiving together. Those of you that feel you are struggling and you are having a challenge with your syndication, change your strategy. Those of you that are new, you should make this a permanent part of your beginning. This should all make complete sense to you, because think about how you got here. What did that person give to you? What do you see in the giving process of CMI? How many individuals do you know that are at your level and above? How would you find out if a person was at your level and above? By simply taking them through the process of sharing the information with them. This will actually limit your work. This will make your work the most fulfilling and rewarding ever. If you ever wanted a shortcut to wherever you are going, this is it. Because we know there's someplace else that you are going besides CMI. We know there's something else you want to do with your life besides the job you work on or CMI. CMI is only the vehicle to get you there. And I would imagine that you are looking for the shortest route to those goals. Adopting these two concepts are the shortest route to those goals. Don't make your journey tougher, rougher, more difficult than it needs to be. Don't try to eat that elephant in one swallow. Follow the path that has been paved with the road signs and directions that we have put in place for you. Teach your teachers to teach. Enlist at your level and above. Be a giver, not a taker. Let these concepts guide you on your path to success. Challenge these concepts if you may. After you finish stubbing your toe enough, come on back into the fold, put these concepts in place, and experience a different economic reality. Thank you all very much.
It's time to go to work, utilizing the tools the CMI founder and executive trustee, Mr. James E. Aldridge Jr., shared with us today. This is tape number 9 in the first series of Founders Forum. It's time to make preparations for the second series that will be launched in January 2004.